Hei, kjære lytter, og tusen takk for at du lytter til Henrik Beckheim podcast. Du kan nå bli medlem av denne podcasten, og fremover nå så vil alle de som er medlemmer få tilgang til de nyeste episodene først. Det koster 49 kroner måneden, samme som en kaffe omtrent, og du bidrar da også til å støtte arbeidet med denne podcasten. Så trykk på lenken under her i beskrivelsen, og bli medlem i dag. Jeg setter stor pris på det. Tusen takk. Thank you so much for coming to my studio, Galit.
My pleasure.
Nice to meet you. And so you are actually here. Let's start with, why are you here in Norway?
Actually, I came because I was feeling almost choking from all the atmosphere we have, all the sirens, the bombing, all the missiles, all the things that we see. The Iron Dome is hitting the missiles, and it's all over my head. And of course, it affects all the family. And I have twins, which they are 16. And the stress got into them. So I just looked for a flight to go out of Israel. Larnaca was the first place I could go, because a lot of air company just stopped going to Israel, flying to Israel. And after a while, I decided that I will not trust these companies. I will trust the Israelis that will take me out. So we bought the tickets. Some friends told me to come over and stay with them as long as we need, and we did that.
Yeah, you know some people in Norway from earlier?
Yeah. I think it's about 30 years that I know them. Yeah. And they were really welcoming, and it was really heartwarming that they told me to come and stay, because they see me in some way, some days in my life, and they never see me so sad and stressed, and they said, please come and just be relaxed here. And that's what happened. I mean, I started to smile. The kids started to smile. It's like you don't need to be in this stress all the time. Of course, I left two girls. I have two girls, which they are in the army. One is a commander, and the other one is in officers' school. She finished next week, so that's the time that we need to go back.
All right, I understand. We have a lot to talk about, I think. But first, let's place you geographically on the map. Where do you live? In the north of Israel?
Yes.
Yes. In which place?
Originally, I'm from the center. My husband is from the north, from Yesod HaMa'ala, and we moved to Kibbutz Dafna, which is a really peaceful and the most beautiful kibbutz in Israel, honestly. It has a river going in the middle, and like the houses are surrounding around him, and it's a beautiful kibbutz. So we built our house there. Unfortunately, 6 months later, after that, the 7th of October came. So we were moving from there. We didn't know what's going on. In the beginning, they tried to put all the community together, because, kibbutz is a community thing. They tried to put us, but unfortunately, it didn't manage. We were placed in 8 different hotels. For example, our hotel was the most, not the most, but many old people, and some of the new members in the kibbutz. And we had some people from Sderot, from South Israel, and from Kiryat Shmona. It was a mix, but we were not going as a community, which was something quite sad, because it's starting again every time. So that's it.
Is this quite close to Lebanon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just see we see the Adesa. It's a village that they were shooting all over all the time. I mean, this time there is no Adesa anymore, but yes, it's about 1.3 kilometers from the border.
Wow. And can you take us back to the October 7th? What happened at your place then? Did you get attacked up there as well on that day, or what happened that day?
Not me. It was Simchat Torah, the second holiday of Sukkot. I just came from my sister that lives in the center of Israel, to do this holiday back home. 7:00, my daughter gets up. She told me her boyfriend was in the military, parachuter, and she told me, "Mom, listen, something happened, and my boyfriend is going to the military with his officer, with his boss." And I was like, "What's happened?" I opened my Telegram, and in the Telegram, I'm also a member in one of the communities of Hamas, and I start to see things that I could never believe that I will see it live. And I said to everybody, "Okay, come on, pick up your things because something really, really big happened here." And we all went to Yesod HaMa'ala, and then from there we went to the center of Israel. And after that, we knew that something really big happened. How did I know that? My family has an institute of giving the military, like Sefer Torah, it's the book of the Torah, to the military synagogue. So they called my brother and asked him for 700 talits, which is they cover the dead people, the dead Jewish people. And the day after, they asked him for 900 more. So then we understood how big this situation is. We were not expecting it to be something like this because they were talking about 20, 30 wounded people. And so that's about how it left us in the center of Israel. And then Hezbollah, I think, started to attack. The most funny thing is that our place in the north, it's very peaceful. And because I'm from the center of Israel, I always told to my husband, I want to build a house that it will be, that it can take the missiles. So we built something very strong, everything from cement. And I was expecting it to protect us. And then I understood that even if Hezbollah would come to Israel by the tunnels or something, we had no other options. They would just, I don't know, burn us or something. Nothing would work with this thing because this is not missiles.
Did you have a safe room also in the house?
We have, of course.
Yes.
But it will not help us because we have a safe room, but the door is with a little bit glass and you have another place with glass also. If they want to get in, they would. The funny thing is that when we come home every once in a while, I've been looking for a place to hide in my own house, maybe behind the kitchen. It's like I felt like maybe people from the Holocaust felt like that. And this is not something that you're supposed to feel when you're in your land. You need to feel safe, and that's not. We're not safe.
And that's the point with Israel in itself. That's the idea, like a place where you can feel safe
Not
as
anymore.
Jewish and as Israeli. Not anymore, you say.
Not anymore. Because in the north, we are afraid that something will happen.
Yeah.
And the Yesod HaMa'ala, they get bumped every once in a while. Like today, I think they had 2 sirens, and yesterday, and yes. Yesod HaMa'ala, after we've been for 6 months in hotels, we moved from a hotel to another hotel, after every 2 months, just to make things a little bit change. And after a while, we decided to take a small flat in Yesod and to live there. It's about, I don't know, maybe 50 square meters. We are 6.
Yeah.
And during the week we are not, but when the girls come from the military, then we are 6. It's very small compared to our big, new and beautiful house. It's depressing.
Yeah, I understand. Let's get into that before we get into the war and everything that's so devastating and terrible that's happening. Could you describe what life was like before October 7th and what your everyday life was like with the house and the area and the kibbutz? And,
we are a kind of new member in the kibbutz. We came to the kibbutz and we rent a house there in the beginning at 2019. And then we saw the kibbutz life and the community, and we met new friends, and we really got in touch with people, and got into the community. And it was really a peaceful place that you meet people, you go and, to see friends in their house and everything. So we get into a membership in the kibbutz and started to build the house. I mean, it was like the dream house. I swear, it was something we waited for quite a long time. And you know, when you want to feel relaxed, you are going to the river. It's a small one, and you have like grass and sitting there and really getting a very nice atmosphere, very peaceful. I love it. Everything green.
And what was the lifestyle there in the kibbutz? What do you usually do in a kibbutz compared to a different kind of neighborhood?
The thing is that the people have all kind of jobs. It's free. Now the kibbutz, it's not like the kibbutz of all times, because now it's more. Okay, before that, people were working in the kibbutz, and the kibbutz was like the owner of all the salaries and everything.
Vegetables and all these things.
And now, no, you have accountants, you have people from working in the high techs and everything. I myself work a lot of time as data systems, and with IT for many years. And my husband is the CEO of Agriculture Institute in Yesod HaMa'ala for 30 years now. So we had a peaceful life. Yeah. Very peaceful life.
How many people would you say live in this kibbutz area?
I think about 450 or something.
Yeah, a lot of people knew each other. It was a good community. Everybody talked to each other.
And you have all this system that in the kibbutz that you all the time alert to helping each other. Like I was in one of the communities that I'm supposed to accept and welcome all the new members that are building in Dafna. They're going to their house, we bring in them pizza when they get in, and it's nice to meet them. And every holiday, like Purim, and we do some things for the kids or with the kids. We also help the elders also to visit them. There is like a lot of things with the community and helping, like guarantee with the community.
So that's a strong sense of community. That's like a lot of the point with having a kibbutz. Yeah, I understand. And can you describe the house that you had? What did it look like, and the colors?
And actually, I like Danish design. So I've been like ages looking for the house I want, and I took a lot of ideas from that. It's 226, something like that, square meter, 2 floors. One is with the living room, big kitchen, cooking and for everybody. And the second, and the boys with us. I have twins, 16 years old. And the second floor is for the girls. Also with a small kitchen that's supposed to be there, 2 big bedrooms.
How old are the girls?
Ronnie is 21. She's still in the army. And she's 20. She's also in the army. I'm very proud of them. Of course, Ronnie did 1 year of service before the military. She was in Kfar Galim. They call it like she's helping kids, teenagers, with homework, all these teenagers' issues that they have. And she enjoyed it. She actually was working with kids from Nale, which is, I think it's Russian/Ukrainians that came to Israel alone without their parents. And she helped them, like in tests, to teach them mathematics and stuff.
So many kids actually fled from Ukraine to Israel for a safe haven there. Do you know approximately how many people did that?
I don't know, because they were spread all over. And this, like Kfar Galim, it's a village. It's an institute that they study there. Of course, not only them, some Israelis as well. It's part, but she was with that part of supporting this group.
Yeah, I understand. And then we go forward to the 7th, but also the 8th of October, because that's the date that I heard that Hezbollah started attacking on the day after 7th of October. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We started on the 7th of October. After we packed in the morning, we drove to Yesod Amala. We stayed at my sister-in-law for one night. And I told my husband, I feel like we should not be here. Let's go. And I drove to Petah Tikva, where my family lives. Stayed with my sister until the 17th. And, during that time, we started to hear what happened in the south, and that was shock for us.
Did you know some people that got injured or killed in the area?
My mother, second nephew, he was, I don't know the rank, I think he was some kind of commissioner in Judah and Shomeria, in Mishmar HaGvul, it's the borders guard. They knew his name. He lived in Kfar Aza. They just burned him, his wife and his kid. It just started a few years, 3 years ago, his pension. And they knew where they are going. I mean, he had a weapon, but it didn't help him much. Yes, 3 of the family. So I think he have. We are not that much close, but my mother is. I think he had one more girl and one more boy left. Yeah, but you all know something because after 5 hours of fighting, my daughter's boyfriend got shot, and they evacuated him to Rambam hospital in the north. So it was like, and he saw all the sights, all the bodies on the road. He went to Kfar Aza with his commander. I feel sorry for what he saw there because it's not good.
How did it end up with him? Did you get seriously injured?
Yeah, he was shot. He was not getting seriously injured.
Okay.
He's kind of handicapped because his leg is not what it used to be. And I think that mentally also the sights that he saw is not, he was released from the military just after that. He didn't go anymore. Yeah, it's a thing. It's really, I think that we're all kind of in trauma. You see the people, how they're stressed and how things affect us. Like here I come and people are smiling and laughing and everything. But me, I have a daughter that I have siren to her place where she is at. And another daughter, I have siren to the place that she is at. And the boy is learning in Golan Heights. So I have a siren to him and to my mother and to us, of course. So, and I have another boy that's studying Emek Israel Valley. And then I have 6 and 7 sirens to know what's going on and something always happening. And that makes you in very high stress all the time.
Just to explain to the Norwegian audience, the sirens, you mean an app that tells you what happens in the area if there is shootings or missiles?
Yes, but you can instead of hearing sirens all day, you can just select the kibbutz or the town or even the neighborhood which your relatives are. And even though that I select that something is always on alert, like Golan Heights and us, or center of Israel and the south of Israel. So you told them, tick, tick. We hear it all the time.
I've seen so much crazy pictures of screen copies of what it looks like in this app. The whole country is just filled with sirens everywhere.
Yeah, it's not only the sirens. When I drive to the center of Israel, I need to go to road number 90. This is the main road, takes from Kiryat Shmona, Metula, down to the south until Eilat, okay? And in this road, when I go out of Sodomala, I take to the left. There is an area, army area there. They're shooting all the time the missiles to this area. And this area, I'm driving and I see the missiles just falling down because the open area, it's no Iron Dome for open area. So I'm telling the kids 16, but I'm telling them, go down. Anyway, we are driving fast just to leave the area. It's funny, you want a shampoo, you want to go to a farm or something, you need to drive in such kind of, it's amazing, it's unbelievable. And you see it falls down, you see it goes to Tzfat, and you see, suddenly you can't believe the situation that is we are going through.
Are you afraid of it hitting you, like the pieces of the missiles and everything falling down from the sky? Yes.
So if we are sirens that's supposed to be in my area, I stop the car and we go down, just laying on the floor, and it's not supposed to be like this. I'm a grown-up person. How many times do I need to get down to lie down with my kids and to protect them?
So crazy. I think it's impossible for us here in peaceful Norway to imagine what that is like.
And what we are going back now. I'm going back now. I thought like a month that I'm here, it will be better. But I don't see it getting better. I know the IDF is working there in Lebanon. I know everything, but I know how many tunnels they have that they can just, open the tunnel, shoot the missiles, close the tunnel. There we go.
And these tunnels from Lebanon and down south towards Israel, did you know about these?
Yes.
You knew about this?
All the time. We heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We heard it. We have we have some groups of the north, and we just, someone said, look what I hear from my house. And he was going to the sink and just put the phone on the sink and took a film, filming it. And we heard it. You hear that someone is digging under.
And what were they using these tunnels for? For hiding weapons and missiles and rockets and everything?
I think it was also to do the same as the 7th of October, to come and murder. And as we found out now, I looked at the news. They have their big rooms that they can hold hostages.
Yeah.
So we were lucky.
Yeah, I heard that Israeli intelligence were able to stop an attack that they were planning to do, an October 7th style attack in Israel in the Galilee area, that they were able to stop.
We still think that there is a danger still.
Yeah.
I think that, because there is one institute called Alma, and they were like researching all the tunnel thing issues, and they have, I don't know from where, but they made a research, and they said the North Koreans were digging the tunnels, like a truck can get into these tunnels, and they are not far from us. So this is not something that, I don't know, even if the IDF will go in and up to the litany, I don't know how they will solve it in the future. We are afraid. We are not going to go back until we'll feel safe.
And what's also so disappointing is that I saw just the last couple of weeks these images of the UNIFIL UN towers, which is like right there, just a couple 100 meters or so from the entrance of these tunnels.
Yes.
And there's just no chance that they didn't know about this.
They knew. Yeah. UNIFIL for years have been, I don't want to say helping, but let's say looking the other side when things happened. I mean, I can understand why, because they are staying there, but actually your work is something else. You need to be looking, if things like this happened, you need to stop it or report it or do something about it. But what would they do if all this Hezbollah would come over? Do they look at the other side again? But I believe UNIFIL have history with Israel and the IDF for 30 years, so more than 30 years.
What do you think is going on there? Are they like on the side of the Hezbollah team, or are they afraid of reporting on this? Or
let's say like this, that Israel is not something טעם נרכש. טעם נרכש. טעם נרכש.
טעם נרגש?
נרכש.
נרכש. איזה קונטסט?
Israel is something that you learn to like after a while, and if you don't know, you are fill up with the information from before that you're biased, let's say like this. If you don't know the people, if you just see how the politics works and how the IDF works, and you don't know what's beyond it, then it's a little bit problem to like us, let's say like this. But after a while, when people understand the way why we do things, then when they know why we do things, then they can understand the reason for all of that. But let's say from point zero, the bad thoughts about Israel or the bad impression about Israel, it's something I can understand. They don't know us. They just hear the media. What can we do?
And even more so in the area of Gaza, where I've seen these videos of interviewing kids and what they say about Israel and the Jews. And I feel like poor kids, because that's information they're brainwashed from they're born to just hate Jews and all the time.
Yes. This is something we say that they are fed by feeding them with that.
Yeah.
It's not only this. I think also that kids in Gaza, they aimed that they will hate us so they can have the future military.
Yeah, exactly. The Jews. Yeah. Because it's much easier if they're brainwashed from their kids.
But I'm asking myself many times, one question that I want to ask someone that said the narrative about Palestine and everybody, what, besides Yasser Arafat, I always ask, besides Yasser Arafat, who is your leader? What is your national song? To say they have this song, Khaybar, Khaybar, Ya Yahud. This is not a national song. It's a murderer song. And it's like, I'm going back to history and asking, how is it possible that you can say West Bank instead of Judea and Shomeria, Judea for Jews? It's like, this is something that I cannot understand. But yes, they are feeding them up with this narrative, and they believe it. But when you come and ask, they don't have what to say. It's exactly like the people here in Norway, which I actually didn't come into argument with people here because I say, what for? It will not change their mind and all this. If they want to be, close in these thoughts, okay, you like to hate.
Why do you think, what's your thoughts on why are people like here for example, here in Norway, but also other places in Europe, why are they running around with Palestinian flags and only having empathy with that side of the story?
I think that the Jews it's not about Israelis or Zionists or whatever. The Jews are always been kind of outsiders. So it was like always been the punching bag that you can punch. And the second thing is a lot of money is spread around. And if you want to do something with this money, you can just, you're paying people, okay, come on and work for us and all. And the other thing that I think is about if you are thinking of it, see the photos coming from Gaza. I have also photos coming from Gaza, which you can see the kid that just now declared as dead, having an iPhone and is playing with that. So how can you ignore this thing? you see that things like this happen, that they're crying and the kid is suddenly getting up. Is that okay? Okay, there are other photos of dead kids. It's a war zone. What can we do? One more thing that I found it really interesting is that since we are very, very careful about our life, when there is a siren, we listen to it and we go and protect ourselves. We are going to we go to the shelter, we go to the room, to the safe room. No questions asked. Yes, they always have these people that are coming and filming the missiles, but we listen. And this is the reason why we don't have so many dead. Do you want us to have deads? Because you see, we all the time hear that how come the Israelis don't have so many deads while the Arabs have dead people? Why? Because we listen. We have sirens. Instead of building tunnels, we build something else that protects the people.
And also because you celebrate life instead of celebrating death.
Yeah.
That's what's so sad also, is that they have this martyr kind of...
Yeah.
They celebrate death more than life somehow.
I can't understand it. You want to be dead?
Yeah.
So commit suicide. Why taking other people with you? I mean, if you want to be dead, mujahideen and doing jihad, do it. Just do it. Go to heaven or hell or whatever. Just do it. But don't take other people, innocent people with you. You know, the 7th of October is something that I saw myself for many years, Holocaust movies, and until I have kids, I didn't understand. You know, the belly is hurting in these days of the Holocaust Memorial Day, and this time, the 7th of October, I was like, the body gets so stiff from understanding the suffer of these people, what they get through. And we have these people that, taking care of the bodies from Zaka. You see them, they're supposed to be strong. And even they were broken because of, they have the belief in the God and everything. And they were broken. People that saw the things that's happened there. It's not a car accident. It's taking bodies and it's devastating, yeah.
There's so much evil. That's what I can't understand either, is that one thing for them to like go in and kill people, kill soldiers, like that's evil enough in itself if that's what they did, but it was even worse than that. Beheading, how sadistic they were, how totally evil. Like I didn't even know that people could sink so far down towards hell, really. And why? What do you think? Why did they have to be that sadistic and evil in that sense?
Very simple. You could hear them while they are driving to the kibbutz. They didn't say Israelis or something. What did they say? Yahud, Mustautinin, settlers. This is 2 words that they were saying. Yahud, Jewish, and settlers. They believe it's their land and we should not be here. Honestly, myself, I always believe that somehow we can make peace. And like I have some, not argument, but discussion with my husband. And he always said that I wouldn't give a room to an Arab, for example. I don't trust him. I said, I can give a room to an Arab. I don't trust him, but I don't want him to take my neck, to slaughter me. And that should be exactly the statement that we should say. But now, I'm not sure that this is the situation that we are standing, because I believe that this Arab doesn't want the room. He wants my house. as he believed that his house, even though I designed it, I built it, I pay for it, and he wants my house. This is exactly the way I see it about Israel and about the land. They want it all. Crazy.
What do you feel like they mean when they shout from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free? What does that mean?
I always say they want us out.
Yeah.
They don't want to live beside us. They want to live instead of us. I always say that. And I mean, my friends, most of them are lefties. Some are getting a little bit, I say curing. Now getting better now. But said, we need to make peace, two-state solution and everything. I said, there will not be peace. This is something they grew up on. There will not be peace.
It's so much deeper.
Yeah. The narrative feed itself, and they are like continuing. I mean, if you look at the history, I think it was from the 19th century. It's 19th century. People came here from Europe and investigate the country. How many people were here? Where they come from? There were some Jewish. There were some Arabs that came from Saudi. It was like a place that people go through. And it was not Palestinian. If someone have a last name, El Masri, he is from Egypt. Baghdadi is from Iraq. You cannot have such kind of name and to think that you are a refugee or a Palestinian refugee for life. You and your daughters and your kids. You understand? So when they are talking, there is something with no sense. So I believe that, the nations should look at it and say, something is wrong here. This is a dissonance, but they don't. They expect.
Yeah. Just grab the mic a little. But what do you feel when you see, I don't know if you saw it when you came here to Norway now, but what do you feel when people here are chanting? Yeah, protesters are chanting, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, like here in Norway.
Yeah.
What do you feel then when you hear people here say that?
I don't know where it's come from, either from stupidity or from Jew hate.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. It's nothing.
They often go hand in hand.
Yeah. People just don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
You come and you show them facts. Doesn't matter facts. They matter how you film it and how it goes in the news. Doesn't matter facts. But I used to come and to say in such kind of like in Holland once I was, and I joined such kind of protest, and I was like, yeah, Israel and that and that. Then I saw that they're so like, sometimes I look at them, it's like zombies.
Yeah. That's what I feel like too. That's the best metaphor I can think of. Like those zombie movies you see when healthy people are trying to fight back and then they get bitten and then they turn into a zombie themselves. It's like people who you thought were intelligent and be able to critical thinking, and then...
Where is the critical thinking?
Yeah, it's just gone. It's out the window.
So it's more of a Jew hate, yes, maybe.
Let's zoom in on the Kibbutz area and October 8th. And you left on the 8th of October? Then
I left on the 7th.
7th, yeah.
People stay there.
Yeah.
But we were evacuated from the kibbutz on the 17th of October. Okay. People stay there. And then, the army evacuated them by buses, or people took their
mandatory evacuation, so you had to go.
Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah.
You have to go. And they closed the kibbutz, and there is some soldiers. In the beginning, there were a lot of soldiers there. And after a while, they went, and the kibbutz stayed with some soldiers that keeping the gates.
Okay.
And sometimes when we have alert, or maybe we think that there is someone from Lebanon trying to get in, we get alert, and to stay all the gates, to leave them, they will be locked and everything. So we have such kind of situation that you need to be more worried about. And we are coming to Dafna every once in a while. It's a funny thing that when I came to Norway, it was like summer in Israel, and I didn't have warm clothes.
Oh, yeah.
So last winter, I took all the warm clothes in the coat and everything, and I put them back in one of the times. Let's say every 2 months, I went to Dafna to change clothes for everybody. And I never thought I will go there to take winter clothes again. I mean, it's 1 year, over 1 year that we are not at home. Like, I don't even remember how it is to live there. It's like the normal day, like handling the house and the garden, and yeah.
Yes. And the kibbutz, did it get attacked with missiles and rockets?
Our kibbutz, not that much.
Mm-hmm.
We had some house that were attacked by missiles. We are living in a new neighborhood. Our neighborhood got one missiles, and but all the missile, when it's blowing away, it's go and hurting everything around. And so it had some. We had some damages around, but not not our house.
Mm-hmm. But what does your house look like now? Do you know?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I was there actually before I came.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 1.5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the grass, it's the grass that we don't like. I don't know the word. So everything is like about 1.5 meter. And you can't see the trees. You see all this grass, and we had the trees that's supposed to be a fan, and everything there just really high. Yeah.
But the house itself, the structure, the building, everything is okay?
It looks okay, yes. This one is okay. Yeah, we had in just few streets near us. I asked my husband to go up and to see if there are not any missiles parts that fell on the balcony. And he says, no, everything was okay. But our neighbors had missiles hurting their house. And it's all new houses.
Yeah.
I have a friend that she was supposed to go to get in the house, new house in Simchat Torah. She never lived there.
Yeah.
And the house is just a perfect house with never been there. Yeah.
But I heard that, like here in Norway and Europe, Netanyahu is, of course, demonized like the worst person ever. But I understand that in Israel, internally, he has actually been under a lot of pressure to do something about the situation in northern Israel so that people can go back and live in their houses, and that he was actually criticized for being too diplomatic and trying a diplomatic solution with Lebanon and with Hezbollah to try to not engage in a war with them. So that's like the opposite of the image that you get of Bibi here in Norway, like this warmongering crazy person who just wants to have war with everybody and bloodshed. And he was actually trying to have a diplomatic solution.
Bibi is a smart person. Yes, sometimes I'm saying to myself, what's going on with us? Why he's not doing anything? And why? I feel sometimes like I've been abandoned. But when things getting clear a little bit, then I understand that he's doing things for a reason. Yes, there are people in Israel that I will say that hate him. There is nothing, no other term to express what they feel about him. And first, I don't understand this hate. I believe that he's the one that holding his finger. סכר, איך אומרים סכר? סכר של המים. Wait, this is something really important, please.
We can use ChatGPT. Let's see. Can use this technology live. It's good.
You know, when you have this
I will figure it out.
Wall.
When you have this wall, the river goes and you have this wall that stops. How do you call it?
Dam.
A dam. Yeah, a dam. Yeah.
So I believe I believe, and many people in Israel believe that he's with a finger in a dam. So you understand?
I understand, yes.
You understand?
Yes,
so
yes.
it's like nothing is leaking and nothing will get catastrophe. Well, the dam is gone. I all the time say to my friends, to my husband, to everyone who is against, please give me someone that will run this war with the logical and not saying the day one day is saying like this and the other day is saying exactly the opposite. Give me one realistic person that will handle this all this situation, that the ministers from the world will respect him, and that I will feel protected with him. I will not feel protected with Yair Lapid, not with guns, with anyone, not with anyone. Just I feel protected with him. I feel safe, actually.
How much support would you say that he has in Israel now?
Enormous.
Enormous, yeah?
Yes.
Like 80-90%, you say? Yeah.
I believe so. Because, the right wings in Israel, they've been, sometimes they have the impression, or someone is trying to make them look like extremists.
Yeah.
I'm right wing, and every time that someone was from the left wanted to describe me, he said extreme right. But I said, I'm not extreme right. It's like, you have extreme left.
Yeah.
You have everything, but why am I? Because I want to live here as Israeli, why am I extremist?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, by the way, that the people, let's say like 20 years ago, even the kibbutz that they are well known now as left, they were not like this before. They were not so much left. Ben Gurion, he was appreciating the Torah, appreciating the Jews. He was like, where will the Jews go? He knew. Are you doing something that it's exactly the opposite? Are you saying something that is exactly the opposite of, like, Ben Gurion is the father of... Yeah, things are changing.
How many people would you say are displaced now because of the situation in the north? How many people can't live in their homes?
All of them.
Yeah, how many is that?
I think it's about between 60 to 80,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
A lot of people that build their life in somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were evacuated to Tel Aviv. They find jobs there. I'm not sure they are coming back. Tell you something more. There are a lot of people, especially the old ones, that they were moving to Tel Aviv. People that couldn't afford in their life 5-star hotel. Now they have all the facilities and all the things that's... Why would they go back?
Did they get help from the government to get a new place to live?
It depends. If you're staying in a hotel, then you got nothing.
Okay.
I mean, you can get something for not working if your job was in the north. Others get that rent an apartment. Mm-hmm. They get quite nice support from the government. Everyone's over 18 got 200 shekels a day, which is 6,000 shekels a month. In a Norwegian kroner, it will be
18,000
kroner for each person.
Mm.
Kids under 18, they will get half of it, 900 kroner.
Yeah.
Okay, so we rent a house. In the center of Israel, like in Tel Aviv, the houses are more expensive. So yeah, they are paying. They are using this money for it. But this is not something that we wanted. We don't want that money. We just want to go back safe.
What are the signals that the government are sending now? Do you get any kind of information about when they believe that you will be able to go back? Or
now they are rushing us to go back.
Okay.
How do they do that? Through the education system. We want the kids to go back to school. We want that and that. And as a mother, I'm asking myself, how come they think that I will send a kid to a school which is unsafe? Because, Kiryat Shmona and the kibbutz and the villages around it, they built new schools now for everyone that was evacuated. It's not that safe there. It's still the missiles are in the area. So why would we send that? Why we need to send the kids to this school?
What do you think would be the requirements before you feel safe going back, before you feel safe returning to your house? What would your situation have to be like, you feel?
Personally, if they will go over the Litani, if the IDF will conquer it over the Litani, and yes, we need to have some arrangement with Lebanon, but I mean, without Hezbollah.
Yeah.
Lebanon was the country that used to go there like 1 century ago, 4 years. And my father-in-law, he was Ashkenaz, but he came from Lebanon. They worked there a little bit, and they came to Yesod HaMa'ala. Yeah, why not to have nice relationship between countries? I mean, yes, we have peace in Egypt. This is not exactly peace because we know what's happened with all the weapons Hamas get. We have peace with Jordan. Okay, it's quiet peace, but we want places that we can trade with and do something, for the people also. Everybody will have prosperity from that.
Yeah.
They need to think that if the Israelis will come, for example, to Lebanon, it's really something that Lebanon will gain because the Israeli like to parties, they like to go abroad, they like to trip, they like to do things and spend money. So this was a win-win situation for all of us. But I guess the Islam is so stiff on this thing.
Yeah, because is it mostly in the north there? Is it Hezbollah which is the problem, or is it also a problem with the culture in Lebanon with the Lebanese people? Or
I think the Lebanese people are not.
They're not
against
the
us.
No. It's mostly just because of Hezbollah.
It's Hezbollah and all those that we, I don't want to say kicked, but some terrorists that were moving to Lebanon, to South Lebanon, and they settled down there. So they are so-called Palestinians. Yes, this is the kind of people that are against. But I think you see the news that they're welcoming all the bombing in the Dachia. It will solve some situation also for them. You see the Druze there. They are in favor of Israel. You see the common people talking. I don't want to see the military because the military is, stiff-handed with them. They're suffering from them too. I see also the Iranians. You can hear them on video or talking. Also, all this situation, yeah. But when Iran and Qatar are spreading money, we have a problem.
Yes.
We cannot.
What do you think the goal of the IDF now is, to defeat Hezbollah? And do you think that is the purpose?
It depends who you are asking.
Yeah.
If you are asking the command level, or you're asking the soldier in the low command level. I know the soldier and it's not the low command, but who is in the field. They just want to finish it and to get victory for this, for the sake of the people in the north and the rest of Israel, because now the north become up to Haifa and Hadera and areas that you never thought that will be, under fire, rocket attack. It's crazy. Who thought that places like Haifa and Carmel and Atlit will be in danger?
And right now, as we speak, are you nervous about the upcoming attack, which is probably coming from Iran, that they are talking about towards Israel?
I don't know. I'm not so afraid from Iran because I believe that I don't know if you've seen it, but the last attack, the one before, it seems like it was set up.
Yeah.
So
Just theater. Like they have to show the other Arab nations that they are going to attack back.
I don't know if it's the other Arab nations. I think that Israel and Iran are supported by China, Russia group, and Israel with the United States. If something really severe will happen, will be a third world war. So
Yes.
I don't know if Israel wants that or not. Honestly, I just know that it cannot continue like this when we are supposed to be all the time in defense.
Yeah.
So,
because Israel is being attacked, is it now 7 fronts?
Yeah.
At the same time?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 7 fronts, and also from the world,
Yeah, I know, at the same time.
Yeah.
But tell me about your daughters. They're in the military.
Yeah.
And do you know which area they're in?
Yes. One daughter is in South Israel, close to the Gazan. I don't like her to be there, but the alternative is that once in a while she's coming to the north, and she's supposed to be also, I think, next week in the north. And this is this is a place that all the time Hezbollah is targeting, because they are targeting a lot of bases, IDF bases, and that's really stressful. She's a commander in Hammers, the vehicle, and they're on the field doing exercising, and with the troops.
Are they going into Gaza area as well?
No.
No.
Her friends, she had some friends, and the other sister also have friend that she's since the beginning of the war. She's a paramedic, and she's with Gidivati inside. Crazy. I said, this is something I'm just thinking of my daughter, to see all these sites of trying to save people's life all the time. They need to be very strong, and they were like 19 years old. I feel sorry for her mother, knowing she is in Gaza all the time. And yes, the thing with the girls that we have in Israel is that girls wanted to be fighters.
Yeah.
And it's the first time, I think, like in this, I don't want to get new era, but in this time that we feel that the women soldier are taking real part in all this combat. It's amazing.
Yeah, I saw a documentary actually on YouTube with the world's only like all female tank division, which it was like 8 or 9 girls riding around this tank and actually saving a lot of lives right after October 7th.
Wow. Yes, it was
so impressive.
And they were like, they had to make a really serious decision at that time. Who to save, where to go. Yeah. And I'm, because we saw what's happened to one of the soldiers that were in tanks in the border. It was thanks God nothing happened to them, because they could end really in a situation really bad. And of course, we want the hostages back.
Yeah.
Of course, but this is not the reason to, it's not, I don't want to say this is not the reason. We want the hostages back. We will get the hostages back. Hopefully. We know not all of them are alive. We know that. But in the same time, you got no one to talk to. No one to talk to. There is you don't have address, I believe. I think it's just, something that we, personally, I think that they cannot do now until they will gain more and more areas and find out what's happened. They even offer them a price to give information. This is why I don't understand. The families of the hostages have two parts. Now that one of them goes with the lefties and PR and everything, and the other goes with the safety of Israel and hostages, which is more logical. You cannot take 9 million people and put them like in line that someone will. We believe that if we will show weakness, we will be next.
I understand that.
Let's say if the Hezbollah knew that we were not strong, they will not hesitate to do the same.
I understand. This terrible decision making to have to balance these things up against each other. And you were talking about that. So your one daughter is down there at the south,
yes.
And your other daughter is also in the military.
Yes, she's in military. She's doing some. Now she's before that she was a teacher. It's not a teacher. It's more guidance on military systems. And now she's in officer school. She finished on the 10th. This is why we're going also back to see her and celebrate with her. And it's a leadership. They learn leadership and they learn history of Israel. A lot of good things that will help her in life, I believe.
How does your daughters and your sons deal with the situation now? How is their general feeling about this? Are they optimistic for the future, or is this really heavy on them? Or how do they feel in general?
I need to be politically correct, or shall I say it? Okay, the daughters know that there was something going on in this 7th of October. Because there were so many alerts that they don't understand how it can happen. It's something that myself and I asked them, where was the Air Force? Where were the soldiers? When the time in Be'eri they were slaughtered to death and were burned to death. Where was the military? And we have no answer. It should be investigated deeply. They know that, again, the soldiers and the commanders are pure-hearted to save Israel. They are taking their life, so many dead soldiers. And you see it now, if you hear the dead people, my friend lost her son now.
So
my
sorry.
other friend lost her husband in Metula a few days ago with the Thai workers. They are from Dafna. And another friend from Enhver, which the terrorists also, the Hamas came to them and killed 10 people from this place, now lost her son in Lebanon. What can you say to such kind of people? This is, and she's like the most happy person, and but she said in his funeral, she said he believed in Zionism and that this is our country, and we will continue doing what he believed. This is the strong people like that.
What does the word Zionism mean to you?
To be Jewish in Israel. It's the country. It's the belief, and the belief that we belong to this country. And this is not something that we invented. This is something that comes from generation, from our father, from our Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. I believe in the Bible.
What do you feel like when people are running around shouting that, oh no, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm just anti-Zionist?
He is anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
There is, whoever lives in Israel, even if he's from the left and from the right, whatever, he's kind of Zionist. If you are not, then you will be network out in New York.
Yeah. And what do you feel about that? About like Jews in diaspora and everywhere who are now like switching sides and saying that we are anti-Zionist Jews. What do you feel about that
These
concept?
groups that they're like network out. It's a small group,
Yeah.
a minority that someone give them stage, and they are acting on the stage, and they are a promille from the Jewish people. Oh, I wouldn't even look at them. When I see them, I say to myself, they are not Jews. It's not that they are, because they believed we should not be in the land of Israel. What?
Because we have some people here in Norway too who are Jews and are now, of course, being in good company with the media, and everybody wants to talk to them, and they're very popular because
You
they
said it nicely.
that
You said it nicely.
Yeah,
They want to be in the media.
Yeah. Opportunistic, right?
Yeah.
And they say that we are the Jewish voices and we are anti-Zionists and
Like the Jewish Voice for Peace
in
the United States.
Yeah, exactly the same.
These people have no mercy to no one. I always say the compassion of the Jews is something that we need to learn about it. I teach my kids the most important thing is compassion. And they can see someone, he is a Jew, he lives in Judea and Samaria. He can be dead. That's okay. I wonder if the 7th of October was not in the kibbutz, supported the left. It was in Judea and Samaria. Someone would talk about it? I wonder. Not sure. Because they deserve it? No. This is nothing you can separate, like not settlement, but Jewish people live in the state, in every part of the state of Israel. Okay, we understand that some areas are Jew-free, and because Arabs are living there. I mostly say Arabs instead of Palestinians because they're Arabs.
They are.
Yeah. But if you have all the settlements and the villages and the cities that in this area, they will stay there. Nobody will take them away. It's the belief.
And also here in Norway, I feel like it has become such an anti-Semitic country.
Yeah.
And that the popular opinion, like in the if you want to have the right kind of political correct opinion here in Norway now, is that you have to be an anti-Zionist, you have to be against Zionism.
So
and
this is
it's crazy.
I'm just asking them one thing. In the UN, in 1947, decided that this country, the Jewish country, will be, and the Arabs will get some part also. We could live in prosperity, all of us together, but they always wanted more and more and more. And that's why we are today in this situation. You know how many times they've been offered to get it, like a two-state solution and to be independent state? No. So how come it becomes the Israelis and the Jewish fault or the Zionist fault? I don't understand it.
What do you feel like could be like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now? Could you see any solution to this situation?
What is my dream or?
Both. You can take both of them.
Let's say that I will think positively with the Arabs, okay? Just to live together and to start to change the way they are learning in school. To see that it's not like we are the enemy. This is a dream. I'm not sure that it will happen. Another dream that it can be also, if they want, it's that they will go to European country or to Canada that offer them. There are 300,000 people in Gaza that want to leave Gaza. So let them go. And if in Norway they love them so much, please welcome here and see that Norwegistan that you will have after. I mean, I'm not in favor of it, but you cannot say, okay, we support them, but just not in my neighborhood.
Exactly.
This something, it's, and especially for Norwegian, they are so, the Norwegian people, for me, they are so open-minded, but if they will host them here, they will change the Norwegian culture. So what will you be after that?
Do you believe that there can never be like a two-state solution in Israel and in Palestine living separate?
No. Because there will be always this person, they really decided to run over some soldiers, and they will say it's a personal decision that he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. He was living the situation for a long time. And he decided to make an action. And then the day after, it's someone else that will decide.
Yeah.
We don't need to live in fear. It reminded the time that in Oslo time, that they were stabbing and bombing in the buses. We were afraid. I was young then. We were afraid to go on the buses. It was crazy. Every day something happened, and stabbing and murder. I mean, all the time we had something, but then it was like a real huge amount of cases. We don't want this again. And they need us, and we somehow need them, for work and this. This is collaboration. Do it. You get inside Israel. Of course, we need to be aware if you have passed in Hamas, that kind of thing. By the way, the Arabs that used to get into Israel from Judea and Samaria, we have Tulkarm, which is also an area. Now, I mean, it's maybe a rumors, but it's not maybe a rumor. The rumors are that there have tunnels to Israel in this area. They found in near Hebron, they found a tunnel. Goes to the Jewish settlement there. And in Tulkarm, they're taking weapon and going in the street and shooting. Mm-hmm. And one day they shoot in one of the kibbutz, I can't remember the name, Megiddo maybe, and they're shooting at them. This is in the center of Israel. What will hold them from getting up one day and taking their weapon? 400,000 weapon they have there.
So realistically, what do you think should be the solution going forward? How can Israel be safe and Jews be safe and Israelis be safe?
Be safe. I don't believe it will happen. We need just to survive. It's just like that.
Who do you think should go into Gaza after all of this and control the areas? You think IDF should do that?
No.
Oh.
Because all the military, resistant free fighters, we all the time, bomb shots and all that. Mm-hmm. They will they will kill, they will resist. It's not that we can help it. And I don't want more dead soldiers. No. How many years we will have dead soldiers? I mean, now in these times, you always know someone that from some family that you know that is dead and the heart is broken. We are a country with a broken heart about our kids. Yes, they were falling for the country of Israel, but we don't want that anymore. My kids are 16. Soon they will get the first time that they will go to the military, starting to ask them about where they want to go and everything. In 2 years, they will be in the military. If something happened to one of them, I'm dead. My soul will be dead. We are fed up from it. It's like we've been so many years under these battles and fights and Yom Kippur and Sheshet HaYamim and all those fights. My father also, he was wounded in Yom Kippur War. He was with the tanks, and he was in Lebanon war. Why? We want to live in peace. That's it.
And with, I understand. And the feelings that you describe, is this something that makes people in Israel want to leave Israel and go to live in other countries? Or does it have that effect on people?
Sure.
Mm.
I'm 1 month here. I started to smile. This is something that I haven't been smiling for more than a year.
Mm.
It's like all the time stressful, all the time with the phone. Ronnie, are you okay? Sure, you get into the shelter? You didn't. Boys, where are you? Come home, don't go. You cannot live like that.
Do you know people who have already moved from Israel, like going to the United States or
A
these
lot
kinds
of people
things?
move to Thailand
To Thailand?
because it's cheap there and you get the support from the government and you can live.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't actually have to live in Israel under the missile attack. Of course, they will come back. But this is something that they don't want the kids to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And like every area in Israel is under attack sometimes. So they decided just to move on, or to Larnaca, that they will have a close place to, it will be like a short flight to go back. And I thought of it too. But like I have 2 girls in the army, I cannot. And but I thought maybe Larnaca will be good, and then we can come for a weekend or something like this, some kind of settlement. I don't know. Because I have responsibility also for the boys, and they have problem from it.
Mm.
It's not that they are afraid, but the anxiety of waiting all the time. And okay, what will you do? Shall we take a knife with us?
Yeah.
If someone attacks us? Because now the in the street it's starting, Yes, they are going through, the kids are going through something, a lot of them. The psychologists will have a lot of work after. They do it also now.
It's just that constant fear and constant pressure from not knowing what will happen. Do you think going forward from now, do you feel like it is going to settle down, get calmer, and be more normal? Or do you think this is just the start? It will get even worse, like a bigger war is coming?
I don't know. It's it's like something that it's stronger than us. The United States is involved, and Russia and China. I think Israel is doing its best in this situation. Yes, Bibi sometimes doesn't ask, the government in the United States. Yes, sometimes he is doing things against their thinking, or so we hear in the news. But I don't know if the news are correct or not, or is it just something they want to fit us with. And you can never know with the news. They're just like headlines, and the headlines sometimes can be different than the reality. But if you ask me, I've been thinking if I have faith in good future or something like this. No. I'm like a refugee in my country. And it's like when I've been asked many times by the kids, when will we go home? And I said, I don't know, just as you, I don't know. I wish you could say something. We go in, we kill them, we will take to the litany, and then we can go home. No, this is not something that is happening fast, or I don't know. I don't know when we will go back and what will happen. I don't know. I hope one day. In the meantime, what can we do? We can take them to Europe a little bit to have some fresh air and less stress situations. Because you need to understand, it's a normal family. We are having, let's say, dinner. They want to go to a friend. It's not allowed. Why? Because now they attacked in Lehavot, in Kiryat Shmona, in Kfar Yuval. So now we are next, maybe. So I don't want you to go. Or, such kind of situation that we all the time live in fear. So, and they want not to stay at home all the time. Just to wait for the next fire. And this is something crazy.
You can't just exist. You have to live your life as well, right?
Yeah.
And also, are you scared of not just missile and rocket attacks, but also like terrorist attacks?
Yeah.
Like I heard, like in Tel Aviv and Jaffa, you had this guy shooting at the tram. Like these things are popping up. Is that something you're thinking about all the time when you're walking in the city?
I think it was on Sunday, the guy that ran into soldiers and Glilot. Where are my daughters? They went to the military. Maybe they were maybe the position that they were supposed to be picked up was there. I don't know. They didn't tell me exactly where they were, and I'm like, again. It's like you don't know the situation where you're at because not all the information you have. And then start phone calls to, are you here? Are you there? Who is there?
Is this a situation something that brings Israelis and Jews together and makes you stronger and feel more together?
Yeah.
Or does it cause divides and splitting between people? No. It brings you together.
Yeah. More help. People help each other.
That's good.
If they know someone is like in depression, they come. On stress, for me, for example, now I left the dog back home, so I get help and taking her out and taking care of her. And when I was at home, also people come and we are visiting each other. We have a social coffee, very nice in Yesod Amala. I could work from home, but I prefer to go there like 300 meters just to see people and, to be together. There is a safe room there, and we know that if something happened, we go there. But we are talking about the situation, and whoever needs help. Also, the community try to, arrange meetings, community from Dafna. It's a little bit hard because we are separated all over. Not only in Israel, in Thailand, in the United States, some in Europe, some left. Yeah.
But in Israel, because it's such a diverse society, so many different nationalities, is this something that makes people more skeptical of Arabs and people of Palestinian descent living inside Israel? Are people like scared, like, do I know you really? Are you perhaps a sleeping cell? Could you do some terrorist activities? Does it have that effect that you become more skeptical?
Yes.
Yeah.
We believe, not we, okay. Some believe that on like a judgment day, on a cold day, they will turn on us. There are some villages in Israel that police doesn't get in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's not that they are Palestinian or something like this. Is that this is the inner crime. It's their crime there. The police doesn't get in. Just, leaving them alone. And like we think that one day when the day will come, they will turn on us. So why don't you go in and tackle the weapon and do something about it? No, it's not. In the weddings, there are some cities of Arab in the shore, near the Israeli shore. On weddings, they are taking shotguns and they are firing. Yeah, someone gets hurt. Never mind, we replace it. Okay, it's like that. And the villages, the Israeli villages around, their windows get get broken, and you see the shooting at them. Yeah, let's say like this: we don't. Yes, there are some good people. There are, but I wouldn't trust them 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I have Arab friends. I trust the Jews. And I have Arab Muslim friends. They believe that Israel is the land of the Jews as it's written in the Quran. Because if you're a little bit educated, you know that the Quran said it's for the sons of Moses or something like this. So they know it's this land of the Jews. And they were like, they came off from some countries and settled down here. Okay, settle down. Be my neighbor. I don't want you to kill me. That's all. We just want a peaceful life. Not fighting all the time about land. But the thing is that I understood the Arabs in Israel will, not only in Israel, in Gaza, in Lebanon, will learn something by taking their land. Then this is a situation that they will fear a little bit from Israel. Because when you are taking a land, making it Jewish, this is something that they will not tolerate in their mind. And that will, I don't want to say destroy them, but they will start to respect the Jewish nation. That's all. For many years, we've been, they were firing missiles, we answer with something, or we just protected ourselves. Or this is not an answer to this, this jungle, the Middle East jungle. It's not an answer.
It's just the language of power.
Yeah. I see it. My grandmother taught me that with the Muslim, with the Arabs, you need to show strength. Otherwise, they will eat you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to speak that language. That's something that they don't understand up here, of course, in Norway and Scandinavia.
And it's also in Israel, we have some this minority, a loud and shouting minority, but we have them also. I blame them for what's happened, not directly, but what they make Israel, they separate between us. I blame them for that. They make us weak. And Mr. Sinwar knew that.
Yeah. I understand. And when are you going back to Israel now from Norway? Is it tomorrow? Yeah. What are your thoughts about that? How do you feel about going back home?
I have no other choice.
Yeah.
I have no other choice. I would stay. But the kids need to go back to school. And I need to see, they want to stay. They are planning the next trip already.
Would you consider moving here to Norway if that was possible?
It's not so Zionist of me.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wouldn't be misunderstood, if it would be taking of I'm doing it for the health of our health, mental health. This is just this reason. Because if I was another person and I wouldn't take it so stressfully, of course, I have so many scenes to the family and the girls and the boys, and all the time I need to take care of someone, then maybe I wouldn't be so stressed out of the situation, and then I wouldn't want to come here, to stay here. But the peaceful here is really, something. I can jealous.
Her neighbor just got killed with one
Yeah.
rocket.
Your neighbor.
In Metula, you heard about the Thai workers.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a friend of mine, his wife, and he was familiar with my husband, and of course, they didn't grow up together, but my husband is with his work, and he knows his father and everything. It was 4 kids, 4 young kids.
It's so terrible and it's so unnecessary.
It's more than that. It's how, once we see things like this happen, it's like IDF is there.
Yeah.
And they are firing and killing. I don't know. It's just for nothing, This that.
What are your thoughts about IDF not doing anything about it? Just standing there? Or?
No. They are doing.
Yeah.
Just didn't get to the point that they can do everything,
Yeah.
I think one of the IDF thing is that they want to be the most moral army in the world. Sometimes they are hurting their soldiers by trying to be. I don't get it. Knock on the roof. This knock on the roof thing. Personally, I don't think it should. Just tell them, don't knock on the roof.
Yeah.
Flyers, go, and then just bomb the building. Whoever says it's his problem.
I don't see Russia do it.
Yeah.
I don't see the States do it.
And what's so crazy is that IDF, like you say, is the most moral army in the world doing all these things, these extra things. And so ironic that here in Norway, people are portraying IDF and Israel as like the worst army in the world.
And the rumors, wow, I said talking about raping Palestinian woman.
And we are blamed to
This is crazy. This is crazy.
And saying that they...
October 7 become like the anti-Semitism day.
Yeah.
Kind of like...
They were fired. October 7th will be studied for many years for what happened there. I believe something really wrong happened there.
I believe so too. But I thank you so much, Galit, for coming here and telling your story. And I wish you and your family the best. And I hope that someday you will also be able to live in peace in your country. And Am Israel Chai.
Thank you. And I enjoyed being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For the best.
Hei, kjære lytter, og tusen takk for at du hører på Henrik Beckheim podcast. Denne podden er folkefinansiert, og om du har lyst til å støtte arbeidet med denne podden videre, så kan du vippse et valgfritt beløp til Vippsnummer 82 32 78. Jeg setter stor pris på enhver støtte du har lyst til å gi. Tusen takk.